Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bus Trending Gist, where we break down the real story behind the headline. Today, we are breaking down a video that has everyone talking. It features Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, giving his direct assessments of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. He was asked to look ahead to the next 2 years, the second half of his presidential time, and what he said is incredibly optimistic. But is his optimism realistic for the average Nigerian? That's the real gist we are getting into today. First, let's watch the clip that's causing all the buzz. So sit back and take a watch.
Is for them to continue to live in peace, continue to be very prayerful as we are, Nigerians, they're very, very prayerful, and we should actually be our own keepers. Religion, everybody has his own belief, and I believe that we should all live in peace. And may the Almighty God keep us in a very, very safe place. Nigeria has many, many potentials, and we need to just keep working hard and keep praying hard.
Okay, it's the second half of this administration now. You have talked about the economy at several fora. What do you see of the next 2 years under this administration?
I think the next 2 years will actually be extremely very good. It will be much better than the first 2 years. Once, you take over government, it takes time for you to settle down. It takes time for you to do quite a lot of things. But if you look at all the policies that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu introduced, they will start yielding fruits as we go along. The subsidy removal, the currency deregulation, and also the gas policy. There are so many policies that they have rolled over, including the tax policy, which was just signed. We will be yielding fruits, but I know that people are very much in a hurry, but I'm sure it will, the time will come where all of us will now have a much, much better, society. What we need really is to have people with real disposable incomes, and that one will be led by the private sector, supported by the government. Once we will have what you call a lively, decent salary, then things will change. Nobody will go and participate in either Boko Haram, kidnapping, banditry, or whatever.
Thank you.
Wow, so there you have it. A very confident prediction from one of the most powerful men on the continent. Now, let's get into my critical take on this. First thing first, let us be clear on what we just heard. The reporter asked Dangote for his outlook on the second half of this administration. And Dangote's verdict is that the next 2 years will be extremely very good and even much better than the first 2 years. He bases his optimism on the major economic policies President Tinubu's government has rolled out. He specifically mentioned the subsidy removal, the currency deregulation, the new gas policy, and the tax reforms. According to him, these policies are like seeds planted. He believes that while the planting process was tough, we are now about to see the fruits of that labor. Secondly, let us analyze his core argument. Dangote believes the ultimate solution to Nigeria's widespread insecurity, from banditry to kidnapping, is economic. His theory is simple. When you create a society where people have real disposable income and can earn a decent salary, the appeal of crime drastically reduces. He is essentially saying, give people good job and they won't pick up guns. He sees the private sector, supported by government's policies, as the engine for this change. Now, this brings me to the third and most critical point, the billionaire's perspective versus the people's reality. While Dangote's economic logic is sound on paper, it feels disconnected from the intense hardship Nigerians are facing right now. For the past 2 years, the seeds of these policies have felt more like a heavy burden. We've seen inflation skyrocket. The cost of food and transportation has become unbearable for many, and businesses are struggling to survive. When Dangote, a billionaire industrialist, talk about weathering the storm to see the fruits, he's speaking from a passion of immense financial security. He can afford to be patient, but can the market woman, the student, the bus driver, or the civil servant afford to wait another 2 years for things to get extremely very good? The fundamental question is, will the fruits he's talking about be shared by everyone, or will they be harvested only by the big corporations and the elites? The concern for many is that while the private sector might strive, the wealth may not trickle down to create the millions of decent salary jobs he envisions. So to wrap it up, Aliko Dangote has given a vote of confidence in President Tinubu's economic direction. He is betting big that the tough reforms of the last 2 years are about to pay off massively in the next 2 years. He sees a future with more jobs, higher income, and less crime. But the jury is still out on whether this optimistic future will be a reality for over 200 million Nigerians on just a select few. Now, I have to turn it over to you. Do you share Dangote's optimism? Do you believe the next 2 years will be significantly better, or are you more skeptical? Let me know what you are seeing and feeling on the ground. Drop your honest opinion in the comment section below. I want to hear your perspective. As always, thank you for tuning into Oba's Trending Gist. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please smash that like button, share this video to get the conversation going, and of course, subscribe for more of the real gist. See you in the next one.